He had a very average start to the year, and I think that stung him, Joe. Adriano de Souza started off well. He's going to try and keep that momentum. He has not lost to Gabriel Medina in their last 3 battles. He's going to take a wealth of knowledge here. He's probably one of the most informed surfers here at Bells Beach. Won this event before. It is the kind of way that suits his style of surfing down to the tee. I mean, posting up into the 9-point range scores. But as Ross Williams said, scores mean nothing. We get caught up in numbers. It seems like it gives you this extra confidence going into the rest of the year that, hey, if I won Bells, I can win anything.
Well, Adriano de Souza thinks that there is something in the water out here that he can draw on for success. Gliding into this wave is Gabriel Medina trying to put a number on the board. He's in the lead with that backside snap. Straight up vert with a fin ditch on the second strike, and that's the best wave of the heat so far. De Souza trailing. Medina's had 3 looks. That is best one as we hit the 15.5-minute mark.
Yeah, De Souza's got to be careful he doesn't run out of time. So we see that happen so much here. Coming towards the back end of the heat, guys desperately looking for a mediocre score. And you can see how fast Gabriel Medina's paddling. It's a very similar heat to where he beat Kelly, where he started off with those medium inside waves, just building score, 3.50 on that last ride for a couple of backside snaps. Yeah, it's going to swing wide, and Medina's going to get another shot here, so Medina could put the pressure well and truly on the shoulders of Adriano de Souza.
Now rolling in, world champ Medina, straight up vert to get things underway. Deep off the bottom, clean backside snap. Here comes the wrapping cutback. And now Medina calling for the ski early. His last wave at 3.5. That'll go into his top 2. More pressure on de Souza to perform.
Right here, though, have a look at this. I think we're going to be seeing de Souza's first wave, Joe.
Finally, at the 10:40 mark, de Souza throws in a frontside wrap. Clean with the rebound. Steady off the bottom. Full rip off the top on the forehand carve. Another high line wrapping turn for Mineirinho. Now faded. Punches out the whitewater. Driving through the whitewater point off the top, and Adriano looking to finish in the whitewater. Nice composure through this inside track. He'll be forced to float the finish.
3.5 for Medina. We're still waiting for that last one from him to come through. It's going to be a very similar score. A couple of backside snaps. Didn't get that inside connection. De Souza knows, that every single bit is going to count right now. He's got 9 minutes to go. He's going to get on the back of the ski. Let's have a look at his opening wave here. Just a slicing cut back to reposition on the wave. That double pump bottom turn that we're so used to seeing out here, and then that unleashes that big turn. Good positioning from De Souza. You can see he's not hurrying up, Joe. He's just waiting for it to happen. Just keeps doing that wraparound cutty just to put himself back into the power, and then a nice little check turn there. So not a huge score. It's not going to be a massive score, but he's on the board, and that's what he's got to do. He's got to put score on the board if he wants to beat Medina. And finishes off right down the inside. So length of ride, a little bit longer than Medina's. Was it as radical, though? Let's have a look at Medina's wave here. Beautiful backside bottom turn, straight up under the lip there. And again, just tagging that wave there. Just a little point of difference, throwing that fins out, letting that turn slide, and then calls for the ski. So Medina, very similar to that 3.5. A 4.83 drops for Gabriel Medina. Where is De Souza's wave going to fit in there? Let's have a look. That board looks really good under his feet, opting for a pintail. Medina generally on a swallowtail board, so both guys, very different equipment.
Now down to 7:30 on the clock. De Souza starts with a 5.10. Now needs a 3.23 on this wave. He's going down the line without priority. Medina will let him pass him by and kick out. Smart move from Medina not to look at that wave. 7:10 to go as De Souza repositions. Medina looking to better. A 3.5 is he'll glide in with the whitewater. Nice bowly section. Backhand carve off the top. It's going flat quickly. And he has to kick out.
Wow. Well, De Souza 5.10. He only needs a 3.23. That's not going to improve Medina's situation.
Let's just hope that it starts to wake up, and I think with the tide getting to that bottom of the low, we'll see that start to happen as we see up and running right now.
Yeah, thanks, Pete. And Joe, we said wake up. Mother Nature clearly hasn't had her coffee yet, so what's the strategy out there in this heat?
Well, they just got to get active like they're doing right now. Thanks, Chelsea and Peter. De Souza, great timing off the top as he knows he has to get down to business. Clean top turn work as he gets into this inside corner. Bottom turns, connects nice and tight on the finishing move. Remember, he had the 5.10 before that. Only needed a 3.23 to get a lead change as he's hoping for a semifinal appearance against the world champion. We're running out of time here, Potts.
Yeah, that was a good wave from Adriano de Souza. First wave of the set, we talk about the second one being better. In this case, it wasn't. So there's no rhyme or reason at the moment with the swell. Look at de Souza just pumping that board. Nice turn there. This next turn is where he just nails it right there. Boom, beautiful. He didn't push it too hard. He knew he didn't need a massive score. And that's the thing with de Souza. Very, very smart competitor. Made sure he milked this one through and connected with that end section, which he did absolutely perfect. So a well-surfed wave in very tricky conditions, 3.23. I think it's going to probably double that and put the pressure on Gabriel Medina. Talk about nervous moments right there. A big sigh, and there it is, a 6.5, so doubled his score that he needed. And Medina now looking for a 6.77, which is at the moment proving very, very tricky to find for Medina. He sees something moving out the back. He starts to react. 30 seconds to go. 6.77. De Souza trying to create a little distance here. Is he going to make Medina commit to this little wave? Doesn't look like a very good one. Medina lets it go. Just under 20 seconds. I think that's going to be it, Joe. Unless something comes out of nowhere, which it doesn't look like it is.
Now moving down the beach, the world champ in trouble as we're into the countdown. That could have been his only moment. The wave went flat right on the takeoff, and Adriano de Souza remains undefeated over Gabriel Medina and the world champion. De Souza moves on to the semifinals.
Wow. 4-zip for de Souza.
He's got his number. An impressive performance from de Souza as we see the totals. An 11.6 combined total. De Souza was selective and didn't get started till about 10.5 on the clock, upsetting one of the best surfers on tour.